Everyone in the class was used to being dragged into Mio's club activities. Yeah! Came the energetic voices from here and there. Everyone there knew that the showdown this time involved an utterly fatal punishment game. And they were all very interested in what would happen to whoever lost. Of course, they wanted the thrill of seeing something terrifying. Alright, well... hopefully you can be easy on us, kids. In exaggerated fashion, Mion pulled the lid of her multi-tiered ornate bento box. Multiple cheers of joy erupted at the brilliant sight.
すごいですわね。おせち料理みたいでしたよ。
嘘だ。嘘に決まってる。こんなのどこかの仕出し弁当の中身を移し替えただけに違いない。こんな純日本風な料理をミヨンが園崎ミヨンが作れるわけがない。
みーちゃん、このくらいは本気になれば作れるよ。めったに本気にならないけど。
おじさんを誰だと思ってるわけ？時間と材料があるなら満館全席だって再現してみせるよ。
Manchuhan? The entire classroom gulped audibly, and everyone wrote down a score on a notepaper in their hands simultaneously. And it made sense. Just the visual impact would give her a perfect score.
じゃあ次はレナのお弁当行ってみようか。レナもかなり料理は得意だからね。
レナのお弁当はいつも食卓の花なのですよ。
Yeah.
みんなありがとね。じゃあレナのお弁当も公開するね。
Hey! Rena's bento was a beautiful mix of the two colors of eggs and minced meat. And it too was a bento staple. The Soboro bento. Soboro bento? She had been thorough with the side dishes as well, and they were abundant in number. She had spent more time than usual on it, but it was unassuming and truly nonchalant. One couldn't ignore the household warmth in it that Mion's bento lacked.
さすがですわね。これは高得点が期待できましたよ。
さすが。厳しめに見ても減点の余地は全くないね。相変わらず見事。
Once again, every one of the judges wrote a score on their notepaper at the same time. There seemed to be some who were revising their opinions when they compared it to Mion's score too. The whole classroom seemed split between Mion and Rena. And on everyone's faces, it was clear that they all wanted to be tasting them, rather than scoring them. Such torture.
では、続いて僕たちなのです。
I think they also mentioned, like, in the narration that they were just starting to eat their food when Mion called all of them. They didn't even eat their own food. Common judge of 5 bento. Look, Mion commended everyone who had just started eating, using her club president voice. Yeah, they weren't even eating. They were just looking at our, like, bentos right over here. Like, with their empty stomachs. Such torture.
では公開するでございますわよ。
Come to think of it, Satoko and Rika-chan ate with me last night at my house. He was impressed that they still made a bento. Both their bentos were clearly lacking compared to Mion's artfulness and Rena's perfection. However, because of that, you could sense from them how hard they worked. The toppings were a little on the rough side, but you could still feel that they tried their hardest. It made you feel a little biased, so that you would give them more points. A few people struck by it just that once again revised their opinions and wrote in scores on their notepaper.
さとこもリカちゃんも。
Man, imagine like the kids have this level of analysis for food in similar fashion to the narration right over here. The kids are surely good judges.
よく今日のお弁当を用意できたもんだな。レナやミオンの出来には確かに劣るかもしれないけど、それを考えるとかなりすごいことだぜ。
Satoko and Rika-chan glanced at each other and grinned happily.
実は内緒でございますのよ。くにょくにょくにょくにょ。
Eh? What? When Satoko told me, I broke off from the others and secretly looked for my classmates' bento boxes. There, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun's bento boxes. Are we gonna switch it with them? I took a quick peek inside. Ah, half of the contents were missing. Not bad. In the end, Satoko and Rika-chan hadn't made bento today. Oh! A bold move. They got Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun to share their bentos with them. Yeah, and both the little boys are surely gonna agree with this as well. They would give them the food.
おい、富田君、岡村君、何を条件に買収された？
Buy? That would be their reaction. They didn't need to buy them out. The girls would ask for their bento and they would be like, sure, go ahead.
いきなり何ですか前原さん。私たちがいつ何を買収されたって言うんですか。
そうっすよ。別にさとこたちに水やり当番を代わってもらうくらいで弁当を半分なんか。
Oh, okay. Curse you, Satoko. What an impudent trick. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines, and left in triumph.
あら、これはケイチさんに学ばせてもらった技ですのよ。
They used our little soldiers against us. They were supposed to be ours for use.
なのです。
Eh, how naive. Buying them out with watering duty alone. They're men. If you're going to buy them out, you need to use something a lot spicier than that. For example, like giving them free tickets to walk Satoko and Rika-chan around like dogs all day. With them all on all fours, wearing tails and with leashes around their necks. No. Oh, that might be enough to get me to do anything. As I was lost in my wild fantasies, Young clapped me on the shoulder and called me back to reality. Damn it, it was just getting good.
さて、次はいよいよケイちゃんのお弁当だね。
Alright.
ケイちゃんの昨日の予告だとかなりのものが期待されるけど、実際はどうなのかな。
ケイチくんってやるときにはやる人だからね。レナ、今日はとっても楽しみにしてたんだよ。
Dayo? Yeah, looking forward to it. But it's really just leftovers from dinner last night. I didn't make it either. How was I supposed to stand up to Mion, Arena, and the others?
もうやけだ。見て驚くなよ。
Yay! I tore the lid of my bento box. There weren't very many cheers. Well, I guess there wouldn't be.
ケイチくんも精一杯頑張ったんだね。レナはその頑張りわかるよ。
Okay, I was gonna ask, can you? But then again, it's Rena. She would probably sense that that this is not made by Keiichi, but she can read the room and tell. She's just faking it so that we can be happy about this, I guess.
レナ、無理に褒めなくていいぞ。
どんな具合ですの？ケイチさんにしては頑張ってる方ですの？
まあ頑張りは認めてあげたいけどね。勝負は非常だしね。
Mion's cold, mean, witchy laugh. It was like it spoke for everyone's opinions, just like that.
圭一くん、初挑戦なのにこんなに上手に作れたんだよ。みんなもっともっと評価してあげてもいいと思うんだけどな。でも勝負は非常なのです。
さーてケイちゃん、採点結果を集計する前に何か申し開きがあるなら聞いておくけど。
申し開きってなんだよ。
ケイちゃんがここで何かを訴えることでわずかな得点加算が望めるかもしれないってこと。
If we appeal to the crowd?
何しろ今日の勝負はビリでさえなければいいんだから、うまくすればなんとか罰ゲームから逃れることができるかもよ。
I mean, if that's the case, we could just ask everyone to let us do their watering duty. Oh my god, we would be on watering duty for like the entire month, just for some extra points.
それって暗に圭一さんのお弁当がビリって言ってるのと同じことでしたよ。
別におじさん、誰の弁当がビリなんて言ったつもりはないんだけどな。
Mion cackled repulsively. In contrast, Satoko's smile was growing somehow awkward. Alright, this bento was filled with last night's side dishes. That means it was basically a bento that Satoko made. And Mion outright said it would come in last.
みーちゃん、ちょっと意地悪だよ。圭一くんがかわいそう。
レーナー、ケイちゃんも今日の弁当勝負は負けられないってあらかじめ知ってたんだよ。それを承知で昨日あれだけの大見栄を切ったんだからさ、甘やかす必要なんて全然ないと思うけどな。ねえさとこ。
ええ、そうですわね。それでこのざまなんですから笑っちゃいましたよ。ちょっとさとこちゃん、笑うなんていけないんだよ。だってちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑ってしまうようなお弁当でしたよ。こんなお惣菜屋さんで買ってきたようなおかず、本当に幻滅もいいところでしたよ。
ほら、これなんか缶詰を開けただけだよね。こっちのキュウリは包丁が通ってなくて綺麗に切れてないし。ケイちゃん、包丁とか全然扱ったことないでしょ。
I mean, basically what they're doing right over here is judging Satoko's bento right over here. Not Keiichi.
経験不足が明らかなんだよね。
ええ、経験不足もいいところでございましたよ。
彩りもかなり単調。こればかりはセンスのなさに呆れるね。
そりゃ弁当箱に食い物を詰めるなんて初めて。多少見栄えが悪いのは仕方が。
ケイちゃん、弁当箱への詰め方以前のレベルなの。富田、岡村、解説。
No. Oh my god. Tomita-kun and Okumagara-kun were chosen from our minion classmen. Tomita-kun quickly adjusted his glasses and took a step forward.
前原さんのお弁当に致命的な欠点、それは彩りなんです。ご存知の通り、あらゆる色彩の根底には三原色と呼ばれる配色が存在します。つまりバランスよく配色を求めるなら、白、黒を除いても3色は必要なのです。
しかるに前原さんのお弁当は白黒を除いた場合、暗緑色しか残らないんですよ。
Ah, dark green. No one would want to eat if you describe it like that. I have forgotten. Tomita-kun and Okumaru-kun had been brought out by Rika-chan and Satoko, so they were trying their hardest to let them win and make me lose, weren't they? God, what strong wills they have. It was charming if only because they were working so hard despite having been bought out.
おかずも心のこもらないお惣菜や缶詰ばかり。
つまり前原さんのお弁当には愛、心、味のうち2つも欠けていると断言できるのです。
The classroom, convinced by the elucidation of the mystery they were thoroughly baffled with, raised mysterious groans of admiration. I just love that sentence right over here. Convinced by the elucidation of the mystery they were thoroughly baffled with, raised mysterious groans of admiration.
愛もなければ心もない。決まったね。前原圭一。
ちょっと冷たいけど、でもこれを機に圭一くんもお料理の楽しさに気づいてくれればいいのかな。
Well, sounds fun and all, and so it doesn't change the fact that we're gonna have to do the punishment game.
そんなことより罰ゲームが僕以外なら何でもいいのですよ。
Rena was giving a dry hee smile as well.
決まりましたわね、圭一さん。罰ゲームは圭一さんで決まりですのよ。
Alright. She left in such a vile manner, but she didn't look like she meant it. And then Satoko was speaking ill of a bento that she practically made herself in front of the whole classroom. And I could tell how painful that laughter was. Kumaro-kun said before that this bento lacks spirit. Well, among all the bento laid out here today, there wasn't a single one with as much spirit as this one. Oh. Spirit and love. This meal that she made for me yesterday in such a good mood that I looked like she was in a bad one. I won't let it end with this slander.
さて、ビリの圭一さん、そろそろおとなしく負けを認めなさいませ。
ちょっと待ってもらおうか。
When I began to speak in a low voice, the expressions of all the members of the club changed. Neon clicked her tongue. This man was baring his fangs at the last moment again.
俺の弁当の敗因は心がないから。そういう解説だったな。間違いないな、岡村君。
Kumaro-kun, who had suddenly been placed in a spotlight, looked flustered for a moment, but immediately he stammered in reply that I was right.
心の定義は何だ？苦労か？努力か？汗か涙か？その結晶か？ならば、俺の手に残るこの火傷は
圭一くん、それ油が跳ねた火傷？
Oh my. Great. The burn marks from when I almost caused a fire yesterday looked just like I was having a ton of trouble cooking. Man, that is genius. I could clearly tell that the classroom was forced to acknowledge the effort I put into it.
おお。自らの料理の下手さによる失敗をさも努力の痕跡であるかのように見せるとは。やはりこの男、油断ならない。
そうだ、俺は下手だ。昨日大見えを切ったのが情けなくなるくらいに料理は下手だ。だが逃げなかった。戦った。そしてこの成果を出した。それは心じゃないのか？
Yeah, it sure is. You cannot deny it.
どうなんだ？
レナは認めてあげたいな。挑戦する心が評価されなかったら誰も前に進めない。
The girls in the class started to nod in agreement. Okay, the tables are turning. Look at my boy Keiichi doing the finger pose. Just like all my baby boy MCs that I know. Hold on a second. But Tomitaku and Okumaru-kun, bought out by the objects of their unrequited affection, weren't about to lose either. Uh-oh. They shifted to the counterattack, clearly exceeding the price they were paid.
なるほど。前原さんの気持ちはわかります。ですがね、心だけで料理が決まるんだったらこの世にコックはいらないんですよ。
そうっすよ。心を込めて頑張りましたって言ってコックが消し炭みたいなハンバーグを持ってきたらそれにお金を払います？払わないですよね。つまりそういうことなんです。
That's right. That's how it goes. The male students took Tomita Okumuraku's side. Yeah, they did have a point.
でも心尽くしなんだぞ。たとえ真っ黒のハンバーグが出てきたにせよ、それを作ってくれた母の苦労を知るなら俺は食う。完食してみせる。
This time, the female students in the class took my side. Good. Now we're even.
そもそもお弁当というのは愛情を食事の形として昇華させたもので。
I mean, hey. Trying not to change subject too much right over here and that kind of talk right over here, but, you know, there are people out there that don't have food. There are like poor countries and all that. We gotta respect our food.
それは相手に伝わって初めて意味があるんです。前原さんのお弁当からはそれが伝わりますか？いいえ、僕には伝わりません。ひどい。
The girls in the class began to boo loudly at his remark. Now even Okumura was panicking.
ああ、静粛に静粛に。傍観人は発言を慎むように。
裁判長、俺はここでこの弁当にどれだけの心が込められているかについて料理学の権威竜宮レナ氏の証言を求めます。
Okay. A dirty move, but one that I would go for. Yes, let's use Rena, the one who is usually on our side the most and the most supportive of Keiichi.
レナはこのお弁当には心がこもってると思うな。確かに稚拙なところは多いかもしれないけど、でもお料理は上辺だけじゃないと思うの。
The girls in the class again gave cries of support as they all applauded. In response, all the men in the class began to boo. Boo!
裁判長、前原さんと竜宮さんの意見は極めて感情的で一般常識としてかけ離れています。採用するには不適切です。
静粛に静粛に。検察側の反証を認めます。
I guess, yeah, now that you think about it, it is like a trial right over here. I guess we are on the defense right over here. We are defending our food right over here. You know, we have the prosecution in the form of Tomura and Okamura and all that. That little boy over here, he's surely gonna become a good edgeworth one day. The one with the glasses, Tomura.
どうぞ。
例えば本件をお弁当ではなく誕生日のプレゼントだと置き換えて考えてみます。例えば誕生日の日に私富田が手編みのセーターをもらったとする。
This was after Ace Attorney, right? Yeah, it sure was.
そして彼岡村は図書券を1万円分もらったとする。常識的に考えてどちらに心がこもっているかは明白です。つまり手編みのセーター、これはお弁当に言い換えれば手作りのおかずが相当する。そして単なる金券に過ぎない図書券はお金で買うもの、すなわち無味簡素な缶詰に相当する。
Murmur, 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 murmur. The boys and girls all began to argue amongst themselves about presents. They were all talking about what they received as presents in the past. Hey, let's not, let's get back on track right over here. Damn. Tomitaka. Okay, I said Tomuraka, my bad. Tomitaka. He changed the subject to something that could easily grab everyone's attention. Not bad. Oh, I'll lose the initiative at this rate.
意義あり。本件はお弁当の心について問うものです。
意義あり。
誕生日のプレゼントという特殊な状況とは全く異なります。
Okay, typical Ace Attorney behavior right over here. We're trying to define like bentos and what constitutes as great handmade stuff and all that. Next thing you know, we're gonna argue the definition of a soup, if it's something, if it's a drink or if it's something to eat. Or we're gonna argue if the water is wet.
却下します。検察側、続けなさい。
And of course, Mion is the judge because she's an old man. Yeah.
さて、ここで大事なのは、送り手の心と受け手の心は全く違うという点です。皆さんの目の前に実際に手作りのちょっと左右の竹の崩れてるセーターと1万円分の図書券が置かれていて、どっちがいいと聞かれたら、どっち？図書券でしょう。1万円ですよ、1万円。コミックスが何冊買えるか計算できますか？
Desk stamp.
十数巻程度の単行本なら即座にフルコンプ可能です。愉快で面白おかしい漫画が何十冊。これによって癒される心の至福とセーターでは比べ物にならないのです。
The boys unanimously praised that with applause. Materialistic brats? Well, guys that age are like that. Even I would choose the gift certificate over the sweater in that case. Hey, wait. You guys the ones who said it was about love, spirit, and taste right at the start? Yeah, what the fuck? Let's bring that contradiction. I can totally do that. Since when did taste trump all? That's the stance they were taking now.
以上より送り手の心と受け手の心には何の因果関係もないことが立証されたと思います。
I mean, this is a rare case, but both Tomita and Okamura are prosecutors apparently. We have two prosecutors instead of one. And I don't think that cross-examination would normally work on prosecutors. They are usually done for, like, you know, people that are brought into the stand to cross-examine in the first place. Actually, why am I even questioning this? Like, the trials that I've done in the past in Ace Attorney, they were complete bonkers. Rules, a lot of times, were broken, so why shouldn't we cross-examine prosecutors as well? So, you know what, I ain't gonna bring up that contradiction right over here.
つまり前原さんがどれだけ苦労してお弁当を作ろうとも、それは私たち受け手が採点に手心を加えるものにはなり得ないのです。
それは詭弁だぞ、富田君。心は確かにある。それが伝わるかどうかは受け手の問題だ。
そうよそうよ。
味が全てだ。
女の敵。
なんだと
？Now the courtroom is in chaos. And I cannot allow myself to lose. Not only to avoid the punishment game, but also to protect Satoko's honor.
さて、
Yeah, Satoko is like the defendant.
弁護側は今のに何か反論はある？
Slowly and strongly, I nod and step up to the dais. Tomitaku, Okamura-kun, do you two really think you can beat me with mere words?
今検察側は送り手の心とは無関係に評価が行われると言いました。それに間違いはありませんね。
At some point I began speaking formally.
そうです。前原さんがどんなに苦労して作ったお弁当でも、その苦労は評価の対象にはなり得ない。
では検察側に尋ねます。私前原が今日の自分の弁当としてこのお弁当とコンビニ弁当を並べたら、その評価はどちらも同じものなのですか？
The prosecution hesitated to speak. Got it.
そう、手作りの弁当とコンビニ弁当では全く比較にならないのです。どんなにひどい手作り弁当であっても、ただ買ってきただけのコンビニ弁当とでは比べ物にならないほどの心が込められている。そしてそれは評価されている。つまり手作りによる心はちゃんと受け手に伝わってるのです。それを認めよ
う。Boom! That's right. You point that finger. You point that finger hard, Keiji. With those impactful words drawn in the air behind me, I pointed my finger. The girls, led by Rena, broke into applause. Some of the boys were admitting it too.
認めます。
認めましたね。
Rika is just vibing there.
認めましたね。では次にコンビニ弁当にはなぜ心がないかについて移りましょう。そもそも弁当で伝える心とは何なのか。
意義あり。前原さんは抽象表現で法廷を煙に巻こうとしています。
Your Honor, Keiichi is using weird words that we don't understand.
却下します。面白そうだから最後まで聞くように。
Objection ruled. It's not our fault that you are dumb. Got him. Now I'll show you the difference between us.
裁判長。
I mean, like, ask them what the sophistry means. Like the word that Keiichi used earlier. I mean, heck, not even I know what the sophistry means. What the fuck is sophistry? Yeah, let me just check that. Using my magical phone from like the 21st century in 1983, what do we hear? Sophistry? The use of clever but false arguments, especially with the intention of deceiving. Okay. Okay, I gotcha.
ここでフルで理科賞承認として喚問したいと思います。
Witness.
Me.
Even for Rika-chan, that must have seemed like a bolt from the blue. There's no doubt that she never dreamed the point of my spear would be aiming at her. But Rika-chan, you said it before. For this showdown, it doesn't matter.
フルで理科さん、あなたの今日のお弁当は実によくできていますね。美味しそうです。
Me?
Yes, Satoko and Rika-chan's bentos have been made of half of Tomita-kun's and Okumura-kun's. As the persecutors' faces turned pale, but they were too late. Haha.
レナ、岡村くんの弁当箱を持ってきてくれないか。
うん、いいよ。
裁判長、本件に僕のお弁当は何の関係もありません。
Objection ruled. Shut up.
却下します。
裁判長、この岡村くんの弁当箱を証拠品として提出します。見よ、この中身を。
ん？半分しか入っていないね。
半分かどうかじゃないでしょう。もっとよく見てください。ほら。
ああ、全く同じ内容だ。
裁判長、見ての通りです。フルで理科士のお弁当は岡村くんの盗品。そんなものに心がこもってるわけがない。
いや、これは単なる偶然で。
もう明白でしょう。心とは送り手と受け手のキャッチボール。ならば弁当箱はボールに当たるのです。そして本来このお弁当は岡村くんの母親から息子に託されたものだから、この弁当箱に詰まった心は岡村くんにしか受けられない。それを割り込んで奪ったらもうそれに心はないのです。
Dun dun dun. Yay! That did it.
あれ、そうなの？リカちゃん、そうなの？みーみぱー。
なるほどね。
Mion, the judge, folded her arms and began to hum. I can even take a guess as to what Mion was laughing about. Frankly, I didn't know whether I would win or lose.
よし、判決の前に主文からにしようかね。
Shh. The entire classroom quieted.
まず、被告前原圭一の弁当が客観的評価として非常に出来の悪いものであるのは間違いない。
Sally?
それはこうしてみんなの採点の集計結果が物語ってるからね。
Yeah.
でも、ケイちゃんの言う通り、料理は味だけじゃない。心もまた隠し味として認められるべきだよね。でもそれは得点評価で言えば小数点以下。本当に微細なもので、その出来具合の評価を改めるには至らない。さて、ここでそもそもの今日の弁当勝負の原点を探りたい。そもそも今日の勝負は何が大前提なのか。
To put Keiichi in last place?
そう。被告前原圭一が自炊できるか否かが問題になり、その成果を測るために催されたものだった。
And punish him.
そうだよ。圭一くんはちゃんと作ってきたよ。
Ugh. That stung my conscience a bit. But for the showdown, it didn't matter.
ならば、この勝負の大前提は自炊。すなわち手作りであるか否かだよね。でもリカちゃんはそれを怠ったとなると、それは出来以前の問題。すなわち失格ってことになるのかな。
Ooh. Uh-oh.
みぱー。
Well, technically, if she's disqualified, doesn't that mean that Keiichi's argument right there at the end is nullified as well? Rika-chan let them nipa, looking as though she had prepared herself for this outcome. Rika-chan is just vibing over here, going on me nipa. Hey, you did it, Giri.
悪く思うなよ、リカちゃん。部活は非常なのだ。
You should know.
さすが圭一なのです。最後の最後まで頑張りましたですよ。
Rika-chan demanded I lower my head, and then she petted.
というわけで、これにて一件落着。今日のビリはフルでリカ。
Oh goodness. Keiichi? Not guilty! Congratulations, Keiichi Maebara. You are free to go. That miraculous turnaround. And last place went to Rika-chan, the one everyone had least expected. The whole classroom went wild. Wait, was that actually the point of what Keiichi did right there? To disqualify her? Huh, okay. That's wild. I was thinking for a second that that was not intentional. I thought that it was a way to disqualify what Okamura was saying about the spirit and all that. That since his food was was tempered with, that would mean that his argument was nullified as well. But no, it was Rika who had to be disqualified for this. Okay.
もこんなひどいお弁当でビリを免れましたのね。
Satoko looked at me carefully, but spoke in a very kind of voice.
ビリになんかなるわけないだろ。この弁当のどこにビリになる要素があるってんだ。
だってこんな出来の悪いお惣菜や缶詰ばかりでセンスもなくて、それから
Grab. Satoko was speaking more and more poorly of herself as time went on, so I roughly grabbed her hand and began to stroke it.
言ったろ、心が大事だって。この弁当は上辺だけじゃない、いろんな味に溢れてるんだぜ。
でもここお味なんて全然変で。
どこが変なんだ。俺はうまい、うまかった。だから詰めてきた。本当に夕べの飯がまずかったら詰めてなんか来ないぞ。食パンと牛乳パックを持って投稿してくる。
でも
I'll just shut up already. I caressed her head, swinging it from side to side. At some point, Rena had come up behind us. She was giggling to herself. That was the face of someone who had known everything from the beginning. I swear to God, if Keiichi is actually doing a mistake over here that I'm not even aware of, such a tiny mistake that Satoko is gonna keep it to her heart to the point of creating like chaos in similar fashion to the doll incident in chapter 2, I'm gonna... I mean, there's nothing wrong with what we're doing right over here, right? We're showing love to Satoko. Right?
いつ頃から俺が作ったんじゃないって気づいてた。
圭一くんがやけどを見せてくれた時かな。だって圭一くんのお弁当に油で炒めるおかずなんか入ってないし。レナさんは何か誤解してるではございませんの？私は別に何も。あれ？このお弁当、さとこちゃんが作ったんじゃないんだ。じゃあやっぱり圭一くんの手作りなのかな。じゃあ圭一くんの手作りなんだね。
Rena smiled roguishly and turned from Satoko to me.
きゅうりとかを切るときは包丁をほらこんな感じで引くの。彩りなんかはね、お野菜を上手に加えるといろいろ表現ができるんだよ。
This lecture was clearly not meant for me.
でも前に見せてもらった時よりもずっと上達してたよ。ちゃんとお勉強してるんだね。きっとこの調子ならもっともっと上手にお料理が作れるようになるよ。
She continued saying words clearly meant for Satoko while facing me instead. Yeah. Satoko was wearing an ambiguous look and couldn't even nod her head at her.
とにかく誰が何と言おうと、俺は今日の弁当を気に入ってるんだ。今日ばかりは誰にも分けないからな。俺が一人で全部食う。
あ、ケチなんだ。レナも食べてみたいな。
As we were going back and forth, Satoko rubbed her eyes as though she was drowsy, and announced to me and everyone else.
私も実は富田さんにお弁当を分けてもらいましたの。
バカ。
Oh.
北条、なんで言っちゃうんだよ。
If she'd kept the secret, then at least she would have been saved. Tomitaka looked at her with an expression filled with regret and surprise.
そうだったの？ほんと？ありゃー。
Mion spun her finger around, then pointed to the hallway, sentencing Sakotoko to the punishment game as well. Satoko left the classroom behind her, completely prepared, as though she was going with Rika-chan on an errand.
リカだけに行かせられませんわ。地獄の底までお付き合いしましてよ。
Oh, that's cute, that's sad, and that's horrifying.